And hello again, dear ones. Robert Brzezinski with you. Another edition of Evening Prayers. This happens every evening, 8:15 p.m. Mountain Time. And just if there's evening prayers, then there's morning prayers. And they happen at 8:15 p.m. Mountain, 8:15 a.m. Mountain Time. And tonight I'm very blessed. I've got a dear friend, Reverend Celeste Fraiser, is with me. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Very, very good. Good to see you. Reverend Celeste she's got all kinds of projects going and all kinds of fun stuff. We're going to tell you about that later. But I do want to remind everybody this is a show about prayer. So if you would like to get your prayer requests, send those over to us, revbriz@spiritevolving.com. If you'd like me to read those into one of these broadcasts and pray on your concerns with one of my colleagues, please let me know, or just send it to me and I'll do my own prayer work. Or we can always end up on the phone together and do some prayer work that way as well. So please make yourself available to that. All right. Reverend Celeste, it's pretty easy program in the fact that we really only have one question around here. It sounds like two, but it's really only one. And what we've been exploring for going on just over a month now is, as a spiritual leader, what's in your heart? What's been in your prayers through this experience?
For me, it's just been about just holding a space for people to be at peace because a lot of this has created a lot of anxiety. And for me to just really just give what I know, which is spiritual practice. So I've been doing midday meditations, I've been doing my podcast. I just been, showing up where I think I can bring people back to center. And, that's been for me being the light in what seems to be darkness.
Right. Yeah, right on. Being the light. I agree with that. I think you're gonna fit in around here just fine. Uh, so I will say it's been very interesting. I started this on the 18th of last month, so we're just over 30 days now, and there's been a great theme that has emerged. And for everybody watching, right, we don't set this up. We don't plan what we're going to talk about. It's not like, oh, let's pray about this tonight or that. Nothing wrong with any of that. This is just about being present to what's in the room, what shows up in the evening or in the morning. And there's been this great theme of renewal and rebirth and evolution and various aspects that I hear you speaking to as well. That's where Spirit's been sending us for prayer. Um, so why don't
Right.
we get started with that? Let's get some prayer in here. What do you think?
All right.
Right on, folks.
Good.
This is what we call a share a prayer. So I'm going to invite Reverend Celeste to get us started, and she'll go for as long as Spirit says go. And at some point, Spirit will say, "Pass that over." She'll send it to me. I'll wrap it up, and then we'll get you off into the rest of your evening. So, dear one, whenever you're ready, please take us away.
Just letting out a releasing breath, and I invite you to do so as well, so that our focus is on the ultimate reality, the thing itself that I call God. I know it as wholeness, as perfection, as completeness. I know it as love, as peace, as joy, as freedom. I know it as ever expanding good. I know it as safety and guidance. I know it as wisdom and truth. And it is my essence, my substance. And as I know that this is true for me, I know that this is true for everyone under the sound of my voice. For we are all connected. Every life that is visible and invisible, every animal, every vegetable, everything that has life. And so I'm knowing that this is the presence of love that is connecting us all to one another. So it is from this place of oneness that I speak my word blessing all of life and giving thanks for the wholeness, the perfection, the completeness of spirit, revealing itself in and through those who have a diagnosis of COVID-19, those who have been struggling with trying to survive, those who have recovered but still have some level of anxiety. And I bless those who are not feeling quite complete and maybe don't even have COVID-19 or any kind of any kind of concern related to that. For those who are dealing with heart issues and lung issues otherwise, and anyone who is needing medical care and having any kind of anxiety about going to a hospital or a medical office, anyone who is feeling any kind of mental anguish through just dealing with the aspect of being shut in, the shelter in place anxiety, and those who are not getting a sufficient amount of vitamin D because they haven't been able to be in the sun. I'm just knowing that it is this presence and this love intelligence that is surrounding each first responder, each police officer, fireman, every paramedic, any nurse, and every doctor, nurse's aide, everyone who's involved in the medical profession, and everyone who is involved with serving those who are struggling with any kind of dis-ease mentally, physically, psychologically, socially, at any level of health. I'm knowing well-being is the order of the day because I accept perfect peace for each one. I accept perfect joy in the midst of any seeming sorrow, the light of God's wisdom shining in the direction of those who feel as though there's darkness abounding. I'm knowing that there is abundant supplies of ventilators and test kits and everything necessary for people to get what they need. I'm blessing those who are feeling anxious because people are closing businesses and those who are concerned about the economy. I bless our leaders and I accept for them wisdom, divine guidance, and compassion above all else, knowing and accepting that it is theirs, that it is absolutely active, and that it is absolutely available in every moment. And I also bless those who are feeling healthy, but who are feeling confused about their state of employment or their state of their economic situation. And so I bless each one of us, knowing that prosperity is ours by divine birthright, that we are heirs to the kingdom. And so I know that this presence and this power is ever available to us all. I give thanks for its goodness, its grace, its unconditional support, and I release this word to the law, the mind of God acting upon itself, and I let it be as I pass to Robert.
Mm. And I too feel that vibration of an absolute blessing. My mind is in that state of knowing that absolutely what's happening here in this moment is is an amazing blessing, and that this experience, this conversation, this prayer is an absolute blessing unto all that hear. I recognize each one in this space, in this time, and those at another time, in another dimension, and in another way that hear these words. I recognize each and every one as absolutely vital to the evolution of human consciousness on this planet. Each one, the hands of God, each one, the breath and the heart of God. And I know that this rich vibration of a blessing that has been created here this evening is traveling around the world, around the planet again and again and again, being amplified by each one that catches the vibration and says, yes. For that is truly what's happening. We each we are transceivers. We receive the vibrations and then we transmit those back out. And somewhere in between there, the humanness makes a choice point. We can choose to take the vibrations and then radiate out the doubt, the confusion, the worry, or we choose to radiate the assurance, a deep sense of faith and trust, and a deep knowing that everything's working out exactly as it must, especially when I can't see it. For when I am not able to see the light, that is the supreme time to do the work of recognizing the light, of turning to see God. When things look their darkest and their bleakest, that is the time to do the supreme work of turning towards the light and recognizing that no matter what, here too is God. No matter what the humanness says, here too is God. So I know that in the world of form, in the world of the human experience, there is suffering and questions and sorrow and worry and accusation and judgment and all that stuff. But what I also know is I know none of that is truly the divine. The divine, God, the one, knows only love and light and beauty, truth and health and wealth and well being and abundance, prosperity. God knows divine order, divine right action. And what I know, and I claim for each one that hears these words the same deep sense of knowing, at the very core and center of it all, God's got this.
Yes.
There is no work for me to do. This is not my work to be done. This is God's work being done. And I stand witness to it. I stand in affirmation of a truth being revealed, that it is not my truth. It is God's truth that is right now revealing itself into the world as a magnificent vision, as a magnificent reality. And I stand at that point of choice to amplify the doubt and the worry, or amplify the light and the love. And so, truthfully, there is no choice. Not here, not in that. The work is simple: to amplify the love, to amplify the light that is all around, to allow whatever vibration comes into my experience and transmit that back out as love. Ram Dass said, when they throw arrows, throw back hearts. And so that is my call this day. And that is the challenge that I accept this day, that no matter what may come my way, I throw back hearts. I throw back love. I give love. I express love. I am love. I just be love. Because that's God being God. And I am filled in this moment with a deep, deep sense of gratitude for this truth that is revealing itself, for the deep knowing that it is not I doing the work, but God doing the work, for the deep sense of knowing that God's got this.
Yes.
Before this word was even spoken, this was a done deal in the mind of God. So I release this word into that law that must say yes, that is in fact already said yes to this prayer, to all prayers. And I let it be. And if any of this has resonated with you in any way, please join me in saying, in affirming this truth. And so it is.
It is. Amen. Ashe. Oh.
Mm-hmm. Mm. And so it is. Thank you, dear ones, for being with us. We're going to say a couple of shout out hellos. Hello, Ursula, a couple of our regulars here this evening, and Suzanne as well. So great that you could be here with us again tonight. And Suzanne means the video is caught up with our delay. As soon as I see that first, and so it is, I know the video has caught up with us. Oh, and look at this. Probably what is definitely the most beautiful and amazing practitioner I have ever met in my life. And that's probably because she's my wife. Good to see you, honey. Thanks for being with us. And let's take a quick moment here now. Reverend Celeste, tell us about a couple of the things you're doing. You mentioned you have a new podcast, right?
I have a brand new podcast called Mystic Magic. It's available on Buzzsprout, but it's also on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify. It's on a number of different podcast distribution outlets. So just put in Mystic Magic and you'll find me.
There we go. And you've got an Amazon page, author's page, a couple of books there as well, correct?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. It's available at Amazon.com.
Perfect.
So just look for me there.
Cool. Check those resources out, folks. And a quick, I forgot to grab your Facebook link. I'm sorry, but a quick search on Facebook should be help you to find Reverend Celeste as well. Now, And for the rest of you, you know that I've got so many things going on that I can't promote everything anymore, and I never know what I'm going to promote. But I did just put out episode 41 of the podcast, and now the good news, also available on all your favorite podcast platforms: Stitcher, Pandora, all those places, Spotify as well. And now the good news, a quick 15-minute reminder once a week that there's really still good news going on out there, no matter what we may see through a clouded window, let's say. And meditation mini retreat showing up now, week from Saturday, May 2nd, absolutely free offering, 3-hour meditation retreat in a private room, not out in the open and in public, and really a fun time. We did one a couple weeks ago and it was really, really good. So I invite you to join me with that as well. Also, those that are paying attention, this is the week of the big reveal. And I announced earlier today that New Thought Radio Network is hosting a 12-hour positive music marathon on May 1st. We're going to raise some funds for some great causes across the country, Feeding America, ASCPA, things of that nature. And you can get a whole list of that stuff. I forgot to grab the link of that too. So I'll leave that link in the comments for this episode as soon as we get done here. But save the date, May 1st. 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Pacific time, 12 hours straight of all your favorite New Thought artists and music and talk. And it's all going to happen live on Facebook and YouTube. So if you want to talk about ministry without a net, this is it right here, May 1st. Come join us. So, Reverend Celeste, thank you so much for being with us this evening.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
We're going to make sure that we get your name in the list to come back and join us again sometime. So thank you
That'd
very
be
much.
great.
Absolutely. Everyone else, thanks for being with us. Peace and blessings. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And I'll be back in the morning, 8:15 Mountain Time. Until then, be well. Love you.
Love back.